Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy Rebecca. I work as a psychic intuitive, but I also bring through a lot of information about these major blue light frequencies that are coming to the earth, the blue light star beings that come through. And I do a weekly talk on where the blue light beings and the blue light frequencies are showing up in the world. And this week, the blue light hotspot is Ethiopia. So if you're new to my channel, there's a lot of information here to read. Also on my website, intuitivemind.org, you can read a lot about my blogs, and you can click under the blue light to get a lot of information about how this even started back in 2017. So I'm excited to dive in and share with you exactly what I was picking up about this area. So the first thing that I want to say is I always start off by intuitively tuning in, and then I may do a deeper dive research to see what historically has been written about this particular area. So the very first thing I did when I went to tune into Ethiopia, the very first words I heard was, "Call me by my original name." And so I was like, okay, what's the original name? So I did look it up, and the original name for the country of Ethiopia is called Abyssinia. Abyssinia. So it's Abyssinia. Abyssinia. And so when I went to look up what Abyssinia actually represents, it represents mixture is what it represents. And its ancient knowledge around that name is meaning that that particular area was cultured, was inhabited by a mixture of a lot of different religions, a lot of different sacred knowledge, a lot of different types of people. Now, so I went to go look up to see what Ethiopia means. Ethiopia means the place of the burned faces. So back in the day, what that meant was that they were people of black skin color. And so Ethiopia means burned faces, and Abyssinia means mixture or blend or mongrel. So it's quite fascinating. But that land definitely wanted to go by its original name. And I'm not even sure that Abyssinia is even the original name. But for some reason, that area really wanted me to tap into a deeper frequency than that. So as soon as I go to tune in, I'm not seeing anything, and I am a clairvoyant. I am quite the seer, but I am not shown anything visually, but I am shown things through a feeling. The feeling around me is like almost like deep underground. The feeling is like deep in a cave. Like you can even see that I've moved back a little bit. And then once I could feel that depth, then it was almost like I could smell like rich soil. You know, if you take this really healthy soil and you scoop it up and you just take a nice big smell of it, it's just like, you can just smell how rich that is, as well as the ancient ancestral culture of the land. It's almost like you can feel the richness of it. So as I'm talking about it, I hope that you can feel what I'm describing. But then the next thing that I saw was I saw a group of people like standing. It was almost like there was like a hill or a mountain behind them. As I am using my clairvoyant vision to vision the people standing in front of this hill or this block of land, there are caves behind them, and then it's almost like I see them stepping back just slowly. They're watching me, but they're stepping back, they're stepping back, they're stepping back until they become either back inside a cave or they kind of sink into the land behind them. And then I'm hearing chanting, I'm hearing whispering, like, but this is the thing about the whispers, is it wasn't of one language. it was like multiple languages, but these languages were very multidimensional languages. Some of the languaging, when I say multidimensional, meaning it did not completely feel as if or sound as if it was of this earth. Never at any point did I feel intimidated or I felt frightened. I felt deeply comforted, almost like I'm being held in the arms of Mother Earth. But regardless of all the mixture, remember Abyssinia means mixture, of all the mixture of the cultures that I could feel, of the whisperings that I could hear, of the languages I could hear, it was all about unity consciousness. It was all about unifying the entire world. And so from Abyssinia, I was going to start to say Ethiopia, but Abyssinia, there is this, it's like, oh, what's the word I want to use, where there's this radiance of unity consciousness, kind of like a beacon of light. And it's just pulsing and pulsing, and it's radiating out in the world. And it was like, unify, 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 like almost like this subliminal message being sent out into the world about unity consciousness. You always hear me say we're stronger together than we ever have been apart. And it's like, where did that come from? Maybe I was picking up on that frequency of Abyssinia, where that mixture, that blend, that message of unity consciousness is reaching out to me from out there in the ethers of the different dimensions. I am then told that I hear a voice that says Abyssinia is the place of the secrets and holding the ancient secret knowledge. And we've heard this in different places. The blue light beings came through when I asked for clarity on this, because it was like, all right, so what's going on with this secret knowledge? And they said that there's a lot of secret knowledge that's hidden in different strategic places in the world. They did remind me that the blue light frequency brings through what has hidden is going to be revealed. And so that's why Ethiopia, Abyssinia is being revealed right now. Slowly, some of the secrecy of this area will be coming to the surface. But the blue beings of light are saying, you know what? You're just not quite ready yet, but you're getting there. You're moving in that direction. There's a lot of you that are very mature spiritually, very responsible spiritually, where you would take this hidden ancient knowledge and you would use it in all healthy ways. But they're saying there's still many, many people around the world that would take advantage of this information and not use it in ways to unify and uplift people. So that's why it still remains hidden. So we will know that as it is revealed, it will be a time of celebration, because that means that at that higher level of knowledge, it will be a validation that we are ready for this secret knowledge. So then I'm given information, and in this information from the blue beings of light, they are saying the original ancient peoples of this area. And then this is exactly what they said. They are not at all from this earth. They are not at all from this earth. And so they're really talking about the original ones of this area came from another planet in the universe, came through another area. I am shown that they descended. I said, so what did you descend to do? Like, why did you come to the earth from this other area? And then what I hear from the blue beings of light is that they came to be the keepers of ancient knowledge and to hide it there. So it was strategically determined to be a great place to hide secret knowledge. I am told that by the blue light beings, this is not the only place where hidden knowledge is stored. However, it is one of the original places when other beings first came to the earth. And then I was told that this ancient knowledge is hidden amongst the roots of the trees. So that's what I hear, the ancient knowledge. It's hiding places in the roots The roots of the trees. So then I said, well, tell me more about these ancient trees, or what are these trees? And then I was told that these trees are also of ancient knowledge, and that these trees originally came from the planet where these other beings came from, these other star beings came from, that they brought the seed of this tree to the Abyssinia area, the Ethiopia area, and that these trees can be quite old. They carry the ancient DNA from this other place, and they're very, very, very sacred. So I had to go and jump in on and do a search to find out if there is any trees that are named in this area, and I found them. So let me share with you the notes that I made about this. It is called the Warka tree, W-A-R-K-A. It is a species, Ficus vasta is the species of the tree, which is a species of a fig tree that's native to the area. It is known for its impressive size, with a broad canopy that provides extensive shade. The trees can live for many, many centuries, becoming more massive and more majestic as they age. I just loved that line, so I had to write it down. So what is the cultural and spiritual significance of the Warka tree? The Warka tree has served as a central meeting place. You're going to love this because this is about the unity consciousness. That it's a meeting place for communities. Under its vast canopy, people gather for meetings, social activities, community discussions, and decisions. It acts as a natural community center, fostering social cohesiveness and communication. So that's why that pulsing that I was sensing, I would not be surprised at all if it is coming from these particularly sacred Warka trees. The Warka tree symbolically represents wisdom, knowledge, and longevity. And due to its long lifespan and enduring presence, the Warka tree is often seen as wisdom and the continuity of life for its ability to pass on the ancient wisdom and knowledge. So can you imagine the hundreds and thousands of years of people meeting and gathering underneath this tree? The Warka tree absorbs all of that knowledge, all of that decision making, all of the wisdom. And then when you go to meet again, it's like the frequency that's radiating from the Warka tree adds to the discussion, becomes part of the additional discussion of wisdom and knowledge. Spiritually, the Warka tree is considered the most sacred. It is often associated with local deities, spirits. They have various rituals and ceremonies that they do in relationship to the tree that they conduct under its branches. This tree is believed to possess spiritual energy and to be a direct connection to the divine. So when anybody wants to connect directly, to have their prayers heard, they would go sit by this tree. But for you, you don't have to go to Ethiopia or Abyssinia to be able to connect with this tree. You can call upon the frequency of this tree, of the Warka tree, and be able to meditate with it. The Warka tree, though, is just like a lot of things here on Earth, is its longevity is being threatened because of deforestation. So I invite you to read much, much more about that. So now let me make this jump to the Ark of the Covenant. So when there was this deep dive into the secret knowledge that's hidden there, I'm being told that it's hidden amongst the roots of the sacred tree. So what I could see was in this darkness, or like a dark cave, in this darkness, I could see this pure, brilliant light. The light didn't look like it was that large, maybe it would have been the size of I'm trying to think of, like, it wouldn't be the size of a car. It might be a size of a small car. We'll just put it that way, just to kind of give you reference. So I'm seeing all this darkness around, but it's not a frightening darkness. It's a very sacred darkness. But then I can see this light. And around the light, I can see a lot of tree roots. But it also seems like it's in a cave type setting. So I had to go look it up to see what this was. And right away, I got the information that is historically written, a historical narrative that may be true for this area that is written. So you're welcome to look that up as well. So let me just share with you the information that I obtained. So let's just talk about what the Ark of the Covenant is, just in case you do not know. It's described in the Bible as a sacred chest that holds the tablets of the Ten Commandments, which were given to Moses by God on Mount Sinai. It is also said to contain Aaron's rod. Apologies, I don't know what Aaron's rod is, and a pot of manna, which I know that with Moses that they survived on manna as they were making their journey. The Ark of the Covenant is said to be made of acacia wood. It's covered in gold with 2 cherubim figures. So cherubims are some of the highest angels. They are closest to God. And the cherubims are known to support all the messages from the divine. And so these cherubim figures are on the lid, known as the mercy seat. So the Ark of the Covenant is considered the earthly dwelling place of God's presence. It was carried during the 40 years in the desert and played a crucial role in various battles. So the Ark was kept in the place of the Holy of Holies, the innermost sacred area, and it was later known to be in Solomon's temple in Jerusalem. However, there's a different story about Ethiopia. All right, so in the Ethiopian story, it says that the glory of the kings, the Kibra Nagast, is called the Glory of the Kings, is an ancient Ethiopian text that provides a detailed account about how the Ark of the Covenant came to be in Ethiopia. That according to the Kibra Nagast, the Queen of Sheba visited King Solomon in Jerusalem, and their union resulted in the birth of a son. So when the son reached adulthood, the son went to Jerusalem to meet his father, the King Solomon, to meet his father. And according to the Ethiopian history, his father sent back with him the Ark of the Covenant to remain there in Ethiopia. And it is said that King Solomon sent it back with his son with his blessing and in total and complete secrecy. According to the legend or the documentation about the Ark of the Covenant, that it is kept in a place called, it's an Ethiopian Orthodox church called the Church of St. Mary of Zion, which is a city in northern Ethiopia. Now, this is the part that I've heard before, and I have always been quite fascinated by it. The keeper of the Ark of the Covenant. So there is one single monk that is the only person that is ever allowed to see the Ark of the Covenant and is the keeper of the Ark of the Covenant to keep it protected. And the thing about this monk, they will live with the Ark of the Covenant. People will bring them food. They're taken care of, but they are never allowed to leave that building. They are chosen, and they are the only ones. They live out their entire life as that role. It is a highly revered role. It was a highly sacred role to be played. And then once that the keeper of the Ark get to the end of their life, there's always someone that's going to be trained to replace them. And then once they are replaced, the new person then gets to see the Ark of the Covenant. They know how to take care of the Ark of the Covenant, and then they live out their entire life there as well. So it's quite an incredible area. It is one of the most visited sacred sites in the world. It is considered a pilgrimage site that holds incredible spiritual significance amongst the Ethiopian Christians. It is believed that the Ark of the Covenant possesses immense divine power capable of bringing enormous blessings to the world, but it also, when misused, can bring about enormous destruction. Thus, it must be protected and kept hidden to prevent misuse and desecration. There have been several conflicts and invasions around the area of Ethiopia. That's why they consider it of high importance to keep its location extremely secret. There is profound reverence, of course, for the Ark of the Covenants. It does not matter which religious belief you are a part of, which movies you have watched about the Ark of the Covenant, or the ways that it can influence the earth. It has always had this enormous kind of draw of curiosity about exploring something with such spiritual meaning for all of us. So what do you think when it comes to this country of secrecy, this country of a mixture of a blend of lots of ancient cultures and beliefs? What do you think? What's your opinion about the original people of this area coming from another place, or the Warka trees being seeded from another planet and another universe? And what do you think? Do you think that the Ark of the Covenant truly is in this area of Ethiopia, or what was that other name? Abyssinia. So I love it. I love anything that sparks curiosity. So thank you so much for joining me, tuning in to this week's Hotspot. And I would love to read in the comments section any history that you might know about it, or what did you feel, see, hear, and know as you tuned into this area. I would really be interested in what you have to say as well. So that pulsation, that light, that frequency sent from the area, that unity consciousness is really in alignment with what I believe. And I believe unified together, we are always stronger together than we ever have been apart. So I look forward to seeing you on the next Blue Light Hotspot.